Good day everyone, we are back in Prague and today we are going to take a little relax, as it is summer and I wish to see a little greenery. So today walk start off from the Waldstein Riding School, which is located in the complex of the early Baroque palace, which was built for Albrecht of Waldstein by the Italian architects Andrea Spezza and Niccolo Sebregondi. The Waldstein Garden was created in the style of the Italian Mannerist Park, and this entire complex is located in the Waldstein Garden, with an area of more than 14,000 square meters. It is the second largest garden in the center of Prague. The garden is divided into two geometrically different parts. We are now in the smaller part of the Waldstein Garden, a large pool with an artificial island. On it, a sculpture of Hercule stands in front of us with a club in his hand, who is about to strike the sledge at his feet. There is also a greenhouse and the Waldstein Riding School, where the National Gallery of Prague is located. It is used the space of Waldstein Riding School for short-term nice exhibitions. So within a minute we are going to take a moment to take a look at the art exhibition. The Waldstein Garden has undergone several minor modifications. In the 18th century it was almost entirely forested and crossed by many small roads. Further changes were made in the 1950s, when, for example, the large swimming pool was re-established. The Exterior Center is a large multi-story building that encloses the Waldstein area on its eastern side. It served its purpose until the end of the 19th century. After the First War, the Waldstein family leased it to the Laurin Clement car factory and later to the other car factories. Car workshops remain here even after the Second War. And in the 1950s, it was even considered that indoor garages would be built in the basements of the Waldstein Riding School. Since 1996, the Waldstein Riding School has been part of the seat of the Senate, thanks to which the building was included in the plan for the extensive renovations of the entire Waldstein area and restored to its historical character. As for the new exhibition, From Michelangelo to Callot, the graphic art of Mannerism, it will be here in August 2024. The term Mannerism is derived from the word manners, which was used in Italy to denote a manner or style. Mannerisms refer to an artistic style that began to assert itself in Italy at the beginning of the 16th century. Its starting point was the late work of the masters of the High Renaissance: Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael and others. However, while the Renaissance ideal aimed to achieve a harmonious image of the world around us, Mannerism sought to overcome nature through art, figural and compositional principles, such as an aestheticized type of an elongated curve figure called figura serpentinata. Irrationality, extravagance and virtuosity often move beyond the limits of the nature from the Renaissance models. The garden is decorated with the mature oaks, maples and magnolias. The central part of the space is planted with boxwood, bushes and tulips. Most of the sculptures in the Waldstein Garden are the work of the excellent Dutch sculptor Adriaan de Vries, who also worked at the court of the Rudolf II. He learned his art in Italy and apparently worked for Albrecht of Waldstein from 1622 until his death in 1626. De Vries made a sculpture of Hercule wrestling with a centaur, who wants to kidnap him. For Waldstein, Deianira wife, the sculpture adorns a fountain in the middle of a small pool. And now we are moving to the second larger part of the Waldstein Garden, where the largest Sala Terrana in Prague is located, and in front of it is a fountain with a statue of Venus and Cupid, and behind it the Senate. The Vries bronze sculptures line the main path of the Waldstein Garden in front of the Sala Terrana. Among them are, for example, the god of the sea, Neptune, the god of wine, Bacchus, the Zero Lagoon with his sons, or a walking horse and a horse with a snake. The fountain was placed in a marble pool in 1910, which was a separate fountain in the past. In this part of the Waldstein Garden, you can also see the artificial stalactite wall, which is followed by an aviary for birds. The dominant feature of the Waldstein Garden is the Sala Terrana. Originally, it was mainly used for observing the Waldstein Garden and was perceived more as a space through which the living rooms of the palace continue than as a garden element. The interior decoration of the terrain hall follows on from the interior decoration of the palace. There are a total of 32 painted scenes, mainly from ancient mythology, and they are the result of the work of the successor of the Italian painter Baccio del Bianco. The ceiling is decorated with frescoes depicting the Greek Olympus. In the middle is Zeus with his wife Hera and the goddess Aphrodite. On the north side, the Hellenic gods are depicted, on the south side the Trojans. The medallions flanking Olympus depict motifs from the Trojan War. It was possible to enter the terrain hall from the palace through an artificial stalactite cave, the so-called grotto. The artificial cave, in which there is also an oval stone water tank, was used by the inhabitants of the palace as a cool shelter on hot days. The entrance of the cave is on the north side of the hall. On the south side is the door leading to the retreat, the rest room. As for the Senate tour, the tour for visitors are available only Saturdays and only over the summer in July and August. It is better to check the website of the Senate. Well, I did not take a tour this year in August 2024, as I was here outside of the weekend, so I could not go on a tour. But I was here on a tour of the Senate 6 years ago, and I did not take many photos here, but some I can present to get an idea how beautiful the Senate with frescoes indoor in its premises is. And it is very nice tour, and of course I do recommend visit the Senate and Waldstein Garden. When you like this walk with me, I trust you know how to show appreciation. So I will talk to you in another video. Tschüss!